to update, but still doing it. If you've been watching my latest videos, you know that I usually make my updates sitting at my desk after my Portuguese classes. But obviously I am not there right now. So this is my bedside. Obviously, this is because, well, it's Monday again, but it's too early for the class. But I decided to make this video right now and like this, because my mom is at work right now. Because whenever she is at home, it's way too noisy, and well, generally everybody will be home by that time. So I decided to do it right now. Yesterday I worked for 17 hours again. So like I did a 9-hour shift during daytime, and then I stayed for the 8-hour night shift. Except I had a 3-hour long break between those shifts, and so I had 2 meals, and I played some games and just, well, generally had a bit of rest, so that was good. And the shifts were quite okay, so it's good. Next Monday I will start my residency, so I'm excited about that, and I really hope that it would go well and be quite like I am imagining it right now. I know it's not a really good tactic to imagine something before it happens and hope that it would go just like I envisioned it. But yes, well, evidently I am using this irrational tactics. Anyway, so an exciting thing. So I talked about it before, but let me show you. I've been saving for several weeks and working so much, and it is finally here. The PS Vita. I wanted it and I got it. Obviously it's second hand. You can see some scratches probably on the screen, but it doesn't matter, it works perfectly, it's all fine. So I already played on it, and yeah, I am pretty happy that I got it. I am excited for so many games I can play on it. Yeah, except the seller mixed up the charging cables. So like, obviously I got it second hand, so the only things I got was the Vita itself. We will make some sounds with it further on. There was this case. Its zipper doesn't work anymore because they lost the, you know, the thick thing that you tug on to actually zip it up, and the charging cable. But the cable, it's actually, I discovered it yesterday in the evening. No, it wasn't yesterday. I wasn't at home yesterday evening. Sorry, 2 days ago. Doesn't matter. So here's the cable, and I did some gaming on the Vita. I he apologized and said like, oh sorry, this is the PSP Go cable. So yeah, it's alright. We're meeting up tomorrow to exchange it for the suitable one. It's alright. Yeah. But yeah, so let's make some sounds with it. I guess it should be pretty exciting. Alrighty, let me set you down here, and I'm sorry you won't be seeing the microphone, but hopefully that won't mess everything up. So it's obviously got these classic buttons. So there's the X, the O, the square, and the triangle. And then the arrows up, 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 down, 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 left, left, and right. The left and right buttons. I don't know what you call them, like these in the corners. And what is different from the PSP, which I had before, I still have it, it's just a little faulty. I know if it just requires cleaning or I should change the joystick and the buttons. I don't know, I should probably take it to the repair service someday when I got a little bit more money on my hands. But so this thing has 2 joysticks, so they revolve and it's all pretty good. But alright, let me tell you something. So first time I tried playing on it, it had a bunch of games pre-installed by the seller, I guess. So it had like the Killzone, the Uncharted, Call of Duty, Black Ops. So you know, the essentials for the Vita. The Minecraft and stuff, and some random arcade games. And I tried playing on it, but it so happens that, you know, usually when you play games, you use the joystick for like running with your left hand. It was the same on the PSP. It is the same on the phones when I play on my phone. So mostly everywhere it was like this, but here there are 2 joysticks, and the problem is that the one that you've got to use for running is on the right side. I don't know if there's an option to maybe switch them, because it would be perfect if I could do that, because I was like going and saying I cannot move like this. Like, I'm so not used to it. It's so different from what I am used to, and I felt useless, really. So hopefully I would get used to it. My plan is to just play some more like calmer games before proceeding to the more action-based ones like the Killzone, you know, because I tried playing Killzone, and first task I couldn't do because I found it absolutely nightmarish to try and run and look around. Like, I've got to run and jump and shoot with my right hand, all with the right hand. I don't see any logic behind this, because my left hand is literally left unused. Why is everything on the right side? It's so illogical. So I really hope there would be some kind of option to exchange functions of the 2 joysticks, because it's hell. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, first, initially I thought about buying the Vita. It wasn't so long ago, this month. You know, there's a YouTuber, Brit Food for Dogs. She is, a gamer lady, and, a lady in her 70s who became a gamer like in her retirement years. And so it's like fascinating for everybody that elderly people get into this sort of activity, which which is like, I guess, stereotypically considered to be more of the youthful stuff. But anyway, I started watching her back in quarantine, I think, or somewhere around that time. I really enjoyed her speaking videos. It sounded inspiring. And so now I rewatched her video, and she talked about her overall gaming journey, but most importantly emphasized a moment when she absolutely fell in love with a game, which just resonated a lot with her own life experience, something that happened, and she associated with herself with the main character of that game. So she talked about it so inspirationally. She had a bunch of videos about some collector stuff from that game. Yeah, and so I just got inspired, and I think I heard that she said that she played it on the Vita, and I thought, well, that sounds nice, and I just started watching videos about the PS Vita games and stuff, so everything about it basically. And I firstly, at first it seemed like the Vita is a bit outdated and wasn't very successful from the start. So not many games, but then it turned out that people actually developed a lot of stuff for it during the years since it died down, but they developed a lot of I don't know, soft, maybe a lot of some emulators, modes. I have no idea how to phrase it, but so generally people crafted some stuff to make the Vita a lot richer on the games, and so you can play games from different platforms on it, and there are so many games for just the Vita alone. And well, at least for me, I am not like such a huge gamer who spends so much time playing game after game, so for me it would be more than enough, definitely. I don't know how much more you need actually. There are plenty of quite fine games for it. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to playing some older games from PSP on it, because I really love my PSP and I spend a lot of time playing it, but after quarantine I tried playing on it, and I found that my PSP had its joystick, gamepad, whatever you call it, a bit stuck, so it's faulty. Yeah, I'm not making much sense anymore, so let's do a bit of tapping on the case. The Vita case. Hopefully I won't bump the microphone around so much. So you see, it's got these ridges. This is not exactly tapping, but never mind. As long as it sounds nice, it's good for us. And since it's still the news video, might as well just keep talking, and I'll take a sip of my chamomile. I'm sorry. My throat doesn't feel so good. Probably because I want to sleep after eating,
because I crawled home from after work, took a shower, shoved something into my stomach and slumped off to sleep because I was exhausted, obviously. And like, the tricky thing about working such long hours is that you don't really feel exhausted until you settle down. Like, while you're in process, if you are used to working in this regime, which I am, you wouldn't notice it, the exhaustion, until you sit down for some time. That's when you start feeling like, oh Jesus, I'm going to sleep. Thing is that after I start my residency, I won't be able to work so much. Well, at least doing this job. I don't mind it so much. The only downside, major downside, is that the wages are so small that I've got to take up very long shifts, and like sometimes it's 2 shifts per day, like yesterday, and it is quite draining, and you can barely have any free days in order to earn solid money. So I'll need to do my job research. I'm still not sure where I would be applying to. Thing is that residency restricts my choice a great deal, because let me continue whispering, right? You've heard enough of these sounds, then okay.
So the residency is a major restriction to my job search. I'll explain why. It's because well, I will be spending, I still haven't got the timetable, but usually it works like this. You spend 5 days a week from like 8 to 3 p.m. At the hospital, and the clinic, the type of clinic where I could apply to for like a part-time job. Firstly, it's harder to find part-time jobs there because there are a lot of residents who take those jobs. Secondly, it's got to be somewhere so close to the hospital where I would be having my residency, because otherwise I wouldn't make it in time. And thirdly, second, like the evening shifts at those clinics begin at 2 p.m. So if only I could arrange with some doctors that would be like tutoring, guiding us, mentoring us. If only I could arrange privately with them that I could be leaving by 2 o'clock to get to the clinic at on time. But you see, so it's tricky. So there are other options. I could do the telemedicine, they call it like this. So it's basically online consulting. So you don't see patients, they just send in their like questions, troubles, whatever, and you can consult them. So this job has a much more I don't know these terms in English, but flexible timetable. Okay, something else, maybe some nursing job, but it would also have to be very flexible on the schedule. So something like a mobile nurse who just goes around to people, visits people at home to like take some blood samples is that it's gonna be hard finding it. Because I now depend largely on the residency schedule, but I will be looking for it. Okay, so I think this video has turned out pretty long. So thanks for listening to it. Yeah, hopefully you're doing good. And well, if you're starting a new school year or something,